So at this point, you guys know I'm a big fan of big tech stocks. I own a lot of these companies. Pretty much everybody out there owns these companies, because if you own an ETF or you own these index funds, you're in a lot of these big tech names, right? Everybody is pretty much. And me personally, guys, I'm in them a good amount, right? My biggest individual stock holding is Google, also known as Alphabet. And I'll be the first to tell you when these stocks are just way overbought and in a bubble in the short term. And to be honest, guys, I could be wrong. I don't know. But I believe we're in a bubble in the short term. Not a crazy bubble like the 99 bubble or anything like that. Or maybe we are, depending on who you're talking to. But I believe just in the short term here, we're very overbought. And we're going to break down a lot of these stocks in this video. And a lot of the reason is because of artificial intelligence. And you might be like, Stas, wait, don't you think artificial intelligence will be a relevant factor moving forward here? Yes, absolutely. But you guys have to realize the way these things work in the stock market is there's a lot of excitement when there's something new. Not saying AI is new, but it's relatively new compared to other things, right? When there's, the new kid on the block, everybody gets super excited and they rush their money into all these different names, which causes essentially a short-term bubble in these stocks. Not saying AI is not valuable. I'm just saying the price you're paying right now for kind of an unknown future, if you will, it's too much, at least in my opinion. And of course, we're going to get into these charts. And of course, this is all just my opinion. We're going to break down a bunch in this video. But before we do not forget to get up to 16 stocks from Moomoo, guys. Link down below. Open up your account. You get one free share of stock right off the bat. And once you fund your account with some money, with at least $100, you get 5 more stocks, totaling 6 stocks. And fund your account with at least $1,000, guys. You get 10 more stocks, totaling 16 free stocks. So if you guys want some free money, who doesn't like free money, and you want to help out the channel, use that Moomoo link down below. And now, cheers, guys. Let's dive right into the video. So like I said, a lot of these stocks are just way overbought, and the markets in general are way overbought as well. I mean, look, SPY's now trading at a fresh high on the 4-hour chart, and we have Triple Q, which is the NASDAQ 100 ETF. This is trading at a high on the 4-hour chart and on the yearly chart. You heard that right, and on the yearly chart. And you guys can see, for Pete's sake, the VIX is at 14 points, guys. And if you know anything about the VIX, anything in the teens, especially the low teens, that is a very scary, let's say, well, maybe not scary in the sense that everybody's panicking, but it's scary in the sense that something could be around the corner, or really anything could cause a spike in volatility, which could cause the next kind of panic, if you will, selling. I don't know. Something's going to happen, though, in my opinion. Something's going to come, whether it's the debt ceiling, whether it's another bank collapsing. Something's going to have to cause the volatility to spike here, which is at a low on the yearly chart, on the 4-hour chart, and on the 3-year chart. You're going to see, wait a second, back in 2021 in June, the VIX was at a 14.1. That's back when we saw the peak of the bubble, if you will, before we had that crash in 2022. So we're getting to those levels, guys, which is crazy. So yeah, in my opinion, again, a lot of these charts are way overbought. The markets are overbought. The VIX is way too low, and we're going to need to see something give. I mean, we're going to need to see a little pullback, a healthy sell-off, correction, whatever you want to call it. It needs to come. Let me actually pull up some of these stocks on my watch list, guys, so we can see some of these names that I believe, again, are overbought. The first one is Adobe, ticker symbol ADBE. This stock is up a whopping, are you ready for this, over $100 a share in just the past 3 weeks. We're talking about a move of over 30%. Are you kidding me, guys? That is insane. Look how overbought this is on the 4-hour chart. It is insane. I mean, we're above the moving averages, well above the moving averages, and we have a golden cross, which is great, but we're heavily in need of a pullback. Anywhere from 390, in my opinion, 400, that'd be a healthy spot for this thing to come down, consolidate, and maybe it could make another move from there. And you guys have to realize Adobe has earnings coming up in a couple of days here, or weeks, roughly 2 weeks. On the 15th of June, they're reporting, so those numbers are heavily going to dictate, of course, where this goes. And in my opinion, it is arguably way too too excited or it's ran up way too much, 35% ahead of these earnings. These earnings have to be phenomenal for this company, or for this stock rather, to keep on going up, at least in my opinion. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And of course, the obvious ones here are Nvidia. Nvidia is very overbought. I mean, look how much this has gone up over the past couple of weeks / months. It is insane. I mean, just in the past couple of days alone, it is up around 30%, and it makes sense. I mean, their revenue guidance was completely insane. I mean, for the next quarter, again, I think the analysts were expecting $7 billion, and they said, nope, we're going to be doing $11 billion, and that, poof, just like that, made the stock go up like crazy. But I still think it needs to sell off, and we actually have a head and shoulders here kind of in the making on the 4-hour chart, so keep that in mind, guys. And of course, we have AMD, which goes kind of hand in hand with Nvidia. This one's already starting to come down, but this was very overbought. It hit $132 after just being at $80 in the beginning of May. I mean, think about it, guys. If you took a time machine back, well, actually, if you just went back in time and in the beginning of May, AMD was at $80, and I told you, look, in a month it's going to be $130, a lot of people would be like, nah, there's no way, man. But yes, it went up 60% in that time period, and now starting to come down. Finally, it's down $15 over the past couple of days, or around 11%. So AMD is selling off, and honestly, I still think it's overbought. We could get more selling, in my personal opinion. And of course, guys, we have the big tech names. And again, like I said earlier in this video, I'm a fan of big tech stocks. My biggest individual stock holding, for Pete's sake, guys, is Google. But I'm going to say it right now, Google is overbought. Yes, Google's overbought. I think it needs to come down probably $10-15, maybe right by the 180 SMA here, right around 110-15. That'd be a healthier spot. But here we're just way overextended. We're above the moving averages, yes, but again, way overextended. This needs to come down. Same with Meta. I mean, look, guys, META is very overbought. We just hit a 52-week high today, I believe. Yeah, it's got to be more than that. I mean, we're probably at a multi-year high at this point. Yeah, about a 1.5 year high on Meta, which is nuts. So that's fully breaking out, but it needs to cool off, and we haven't seen a substantial cool off in Meta in probably months. I mean, the last time we sold off was heading into the earnings, but then earnings came out, and then it blasted off again, and here we are at 275, pushing $300. Something has to give. Let me see what else. I mean, pretty much all big tech. We could say this on every big tech stock, guys. I mean, Apple, you name it. Apple's overbought. Look at that. We're up to 181 as of this past week. And hold on a second. Isn't that the all-time high? Wait, I think the all-time high is maybe 182, 83, 81. I forget what the heck it is. Yeah, 83. Okay, so now we're $1 away from all-time highs on Apple. This thing is on fire. It's insane. Sure, it might break to all-time highs, but even then, it needs to give. Something has to, come down. It needs to pull back, in my opinion. So, yeah, maybe this does break out a little more, sure, because it's right on the cusp of getting back to all-time highs. But after that breakout, guys, I'm telling you, it's going to see a little pullback, in my opinion, and we'll see where it goes from there. And last but not least, guys, Microsoft. Oh, geez Louise, Microsoft, guys. So overbought. Same with Amazon. Forgot about Amazon. This one's overbought as well. I was buying this, it feels like a couple weeks ago. I mean, it was a couple weeks ago. I was buying this in the 90s, and here we are pushing 125.30. This is crazy. So the moral of the video is, and by the way, I can't tell you guys exactly what to do. I'm not going to sit here and be like, you got to do that, you got to do this, sell that, buy that, do this, do that. I can't tell you what to do, guys, but at the end of the day, what you have to realize is stocks, especially in the stock market, and you'll learn this the more years you're in the markets, stocks are going to run away from you in the short term. Trust me, guys, they will run away from you, and you might feel the FOMO. In fact, you will feel the FOMO. You're going to be like, oh my God, I should have got in. Let me just get in now before it's too late, before it just goes to the moon and never pulls back again. But the reality is, guys, these stocks will come down again. Not saying they're going to collapse. I'm not saying Amazon's going to go all the way back to $80 again. It might not go back to $80. That might be long gone. But now it's at 125. Could it come down to, let's say, $100 again? Heck yeah, guys, $95. Yeah, I mean, you guys can see it's gone up straight here in the past couple of months. we're going to see a month where it sells off. You know, we saw recently the last major sell-off. Look, it went from 80 bucks to 125, 120, essentially what we just did, and it went right back down to 88 bucks, guys. So you have to be patient. The moral of the story is stocks are going to run away from you. You can't buy every stock. You're not going to time all the dips. That's not possible. But what you can do is be patient. Know the stocks you want to eventually own. Know where you want to buy them. Have that cash on the sidelines and buy them when they get there. And of course, not all the time they're going to get there. There's going to be times where the stocks don't get there. But if they do, your plan's already in place. You know what you're going to do. You're going to buy. You're going to put that away in the filing cabinet, right? And you're going to let it ride for the long term. You're going to make some money, right? If that's, your goal for the long term. Not saying that's what you're going to do with Amazon, but just stocks in general, right, guys? So with that being said, I'm going to wrap up the video. But before you click off, don't forget to get up to 16 stocks from Moomoo, each up to 2,000 bucks. Open up your account using that link down below. You get one free share of stock right off the bat. And once you fund your account with at least 100 bucks, you get 5 more stocks totaling 6 stocks, and fund your account with at least $1,000, guys, you get 10 more stocks totaling 16 free stocks. So if you guys want some free money and you want to help out the channel, use that Moomoo link down below. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you in the next video.